Hey everyone, this is Rick Arrowwood from Kingdom House of Prayer and Burn 24/7 Des Moines, here to talk to you about Awaken the Dawn. Welcome to my little worship basement here. Um, if you haven't heard of it, you can go to awakenthedawn.org and see a lot of videos and a lot of information about David Bradshaw and what God has put on his heart to literally October 6 through 9 fill the Washington Mall with tents. And they're going to have one tent for every state and 10 regional tents and a tent for Israel and a tent for the nation. So there are going to be 62 tents altogether, um, with worshipers and intercessors praying and worshiping continually for 72 hours right in the heart of our nation. This is such a biblical thing to do. When David became the king of Israel, the first order of business that he had was, where's the ark? How can I bring the ark of the covenant to me? How can I bring it to Jerusalem, the seat of government and the seat of religion? In other words, how can I bring the presence of God back into the center of every place that it belongs? This is doing that in our generation in a really tangible way. And this is being done by, the vision was given to David Bradshaw and confirmed over and over again by a few people you may or may not heard of, like Lou Engle and Heidi Baker. And it's been incredible, the journey that they've been on. The Call and Azusa Now are behind this 100%. They're going to bookend the 72 hours of worship and prayer with an opening call event, and they're going to close it off with a call event similar to Azusa Now. In fact, it's being uh, called The Call and Azusa Now together for this event. So this is practically what it looks like. 50 tents with worshipers from each state in their tent, worshiping for 72 hours and concluding with a great call event on the Washington Mall. It's the 20th anniversary of the Promise Keepers event on the mall, which was the largest gathering of men on the mall in history. And it also happens to be, coincidentally, the Feast of Tabernacles, or the Feast of Booths, tents for Israel. So many coincidences. Let me put this together for you on how it affects us. Why am I talking to you about the Heartland Alliance, the group of churches that are aligned with Heartland Church? And why am I talking about this for the state of Iowa? And why is this important? Because it's an event in Washington, D.C., for sure, and it's important for our nation in ways that only future generations are really going to fully understand. But the heart of God is all over this. But why Iowa? I believe that if you know Heartland Church, you know our calling to the nations and to be to bring the voice of the Lord and to bring revival to the earth. It's our heart cry. It's what we pray for decades. We've prayed for revival, for the presence of God to come to the earth. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, when I first heard of that, I thought, well, our first priority is here in praying for revival. This is a great event, but I'm not sure that we have the time or resources to do this. But it's not just an event. It's an incredible event, and it's going to be a line in the sand in history for the spiritual destiny of our nation. But more than that, the people who are organizing Awaken the Dawn are not just gathering people together for an event and then patting them on the back and sending them on their way. What they're doing in the process of setting this up is they're creating a prayer network. They're taking all of the people, all of the houses of prayer, all of the churches, everyone who is involved in this, and they're having them sign up at their website, which again is awakenthedawn.org. And as they sign up for this, they're going to funnel all that information back excuse me, to the state coordinators for Awaken the Dawn and the ambassadors, and there are a whole group of people who are going to be involved in making this happen in each of the states. And those names are going to be collected and united for the event and beyond. And when I was praying with the National Coordination Mobilization Director for this, I was struggling with, God, this is a big commitment. This is a huge thing to do. And suddenly I just saw Jesus looking over our state. And This kind of breaks me up every time I talk about it because of the intensity of what I saw. And he was looking over a map of our state, and he was looking down, and each of the cities, it was dark, it was a black map, and each of the cities was a point of light, but between each city there was a glowing river of gold. It was like a network of roads like you would see on a road map, but it was glowing and it was gold and it was flowing. It was active. Beautiful picture. And I knew right away that this was a living, breathing, connected network of intercessors across the state of Iowa. And what I felt was how much he wanted it. He was just looking at this and he was so pleased, and there was this feeling that he'd wanted this for so long, and this is what's important. Now is the time. And so this is why I'm involved with it, because I just feel like the Lord is saying now's the time to lend your influence, to lend your resources, to lend your life to a unity in prayer across the state of Iowa and across the United States that has not been seen up to this point. Awaken the Dawn is for sure headed for an event that's happening October 6 through 9, 2017. But the network that remains after that, the goal is to have in every one of the 50 states in 2018 an event in their capital of those states with intercession and prayer, something like a 72-hour prayer watch at the capital of each of the 50 states. So we're taking Awaken the Dawn to the nation's capital in 2017 and to the capitals of the nation in 2018, and a living, breathing, connected prayer movement after that. Now we have houses of prayer. We have churches that pray together. We have the Heartland Alliance, and there are other alliances like that. And I'm not saying that we're the only ones or we're anything particularly great, but we are in a place for such a time as this. God has positioned Heartland Church and Kingdom House of Prayer, and really literally has taken my life and put it in a place where suddenly I've been introduced to people and I have connections that I didn't have 2 years ago. And God has built these things organically, relationships, and he's saying, and now is the time to pull on those strings. Now is the time to gather the intercessors. Now is the time to be deliberate and intentional about building an ongoing structure of intercession in the state. So this is why we're starting with the Heartland Alliance, but we're also going to talk to other houses of prayer, other movements, denominations, anybody, honestly, anybody. We're going to be connecting everyone that we can to this. And the thought is that the draw of the event will bring them to the place where we can establish relationships that will establish a network of intercession in Iowa like God has wanted to establish for a long time. Now, there are a lot of details to be worked out about this, and we're going to need a lot of help with organization and with planning. And some of you have actually already talked to me about being involved with that. And I'm just going to be honest. We need your help. I need your help. If you know me well, if you know that there's an element of organization in this, I have a measure of organizational ability for sure, but those who are truly gifted, I need you to stand with us and help us pull this off for this season. And for those of you who are intercessors, this is a time to pray. Also did I mention the website? awakenthedawn.org. You can sign up to pray ahead of time for the event. So you can sign up for an hour a day to pray for Awaken the Dawn and the coming event, and all of the logistics and preparation that have to happen before that. And then you can make plans to travel to and come with us to Awaken the Dawn, October 6 through 9 in Washington, D.C. on the National Mall. And there are a couple of resources to help you stay connected in that. There's a Facebook page, Awaken the Dawn, and there's a Facebook page for Iowa, Awaken the Dawn-Iowa. And on the Iowa page, we're going to be keeping you posted with logistical information, organizational meetings, things that you can do to stay connected, prayer calls. We're reposting videos from the national pages. Anyway, it's going to be a source of a lot of good information. And beyond that, you have me. rick.arrowwood@kingdomhop.org. You can reach me there. You can go to heartlandchurchonline.com and you can look at the Kingdom House of Prayer tab, and you can find your way into our resources from there, our Facebook resources and our web resources, and you'll be able to find information about this. I just urge you to pray about this, and I'm confident if what I saw in Jesus' face, his desire, his intense desire for intercession in Iowa, and this is the time that he's going to raise up and he's going to establish intercession across the entire state and across the entire nation. I know that as you pray about that, he's going to tell you what your part in all of this is. And don't do anything beyond that. But I know that he's going to tell you how it is that we're going to be involved together in raising up intercession in Iowa, how we're going to awaken the dawn of intercession in Iowa and across the nation. Thanks. If you have any questions, just get a hold of me at rick.arrowwood@kingdomhop.org, or you can reach me through Heartland Church, and I'd be glad to answer any other questions that you have. There will be more information available on the Facebook pages I mentioned as this process matures. Thanks. God bless you guys.